It's Lamarius on the beat.
There you go. Hey man. Okay. So let's get this started, man. What up,
do it.
world? Welcome to another episode of RMT. That's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man. I got my boy EIG in the building.
What up? What up? What up?
Yeah, so man, we finna get into bring y'all into this conversation today, man. Just to let y'all get a sneak peek of things that we talk about in the background, some of that real men talk. You see what I'm saying? And so on today, man, I want to give just a couple of shout outs, man. I want to give a shout out first of all, man. I want to give a shout out to anybody and everybody that's out here working in the heat. You got UPS, FedEx, USPS,
Man.
truck drivers, man. People that shipping goods back and forth or working on those load docks, man. Big shout out to y'all, man. And hey, man, y'all just don't know y'all the blessing to the economy, man. Y'all blessing to the economy. So I'm just letting y'all know that RMT appreciates all the workers out there working in that 102, 103, the heat index to 107, 110. We appreciate y'all out there in the heat, man. So salute to everybody out there, man, grinding, working in the heat, or even the people that's working in the air, putting in their hard hours, but especially you out there in that heat, man. Big shout out to you, man, from RMT.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I just wanted to start it off like that, man.
Hey, you did it right, man. Like, we
get everybody work, get everybody in, man. So today, man, I want to talk on. Let me make sure I get this right, man. Focus on staying focused, man. That's what we want. That's gonna be our conversation today. Is focus on staying focused. And so I'm gonna start it off like this. If anybody and everybody I know out there and probably took a picture with your phone or with a camera, with your cell phone, with any device that can capture a picture, you have took a photo with it or you have took a video with it. And one thing that you have to focus on when taking a picture is the focus. That's one thing you have to make sure that's right, because when you get ready to take that picture or you get ready to film that video, whatever image or person that you're aiming at, if it's blurry, you're not going to get the shot that you want. Because if it's not focused and you take that shot, you're going to look at the picture. You can be able to kind of make it out, but it's going to be blurry. You're not going to actually see what you need to see. But when you get that image in the right place and the lens on the camera starts to focus, then when it starts to focus, you can get a better picture of what you're trying to see. And so when you went out there and in your brain, if you don't have a clear image of what you want to do or how you see yourself, you don't have anything that you focus on, because you don't have a clear view of where you want to go or how you see yourself. But if you can take your camera might be your pen and your pad. You might can write down what you want to see. Then you can focus on that to make a bigger picture to see later. So once you get that picture developed and you're able to look at that picture, or once you post it on one of the social media websites, you'll be able to see that picture in full view. But if you take a blurry picture, you'll get a lot of comments. Everybody gonna be asking you, well, what is this? What is that? Like, how you do that? Because I can't go to the grocery store and say, look, I want to purchase some meat. They're gonna look at me, because you got several kinds of meat that you can purchase. So depending on what type of meat I want to purchase, just say that I want to purchase some fish. You got different kind of fish. But if I come in there and I say, this the kind of fish that I want, When I go in there, I said, listen, give me some salmon. That's exactly what I want. I want it cut. I want it ribbed out. I want it chopped up, and I want to be 5 ounces on each slice. That way, a person to know you know exactly what I want. And for us, in order for us to stay focused on what we need to focus on, we need to write down what we see in our view, what we want to see, how we want to image things, man. So when you focusing on taking those pictures and you focus on doing that, you got to have something you taking a picture of, either yourself or whatever you're taking a picture of. Once you get what you want to take a picture of or how you want it to see, and you focus, you take that picture. And so, man, yeah, man, I want to bring you in here, man, and tell me, man, you know, exactly, you know, your opinions on, you know, on focus on staying focused, man.
Yeah, well, man, first, just, you know, out the gate, you know, focusing on staying focused is good. That's good stuff. That's good advice because you giving attention to staying on to something, right? You know what I mean? Like, if I need to focus on changing my lifestyle, whether that's diet, whether that's spiritually, whatever it is,
right.
I do have to focus on the fact that, hey, I need to stay on it. I need to keep my attention to it.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, I think that was just wisdom out the gate to say that. But secondly, it's that thing about focus that you was talking about, man. You know, like when you focus, it makes that picture clearer, right?
Ooh,
right? You know what
yes,
I mean?
Yes,
when
sir.
you focus, the picture is there, clarity is there. You know what I mean? You can see it good. And that works for whatever it is that you choose to focus on. So like if something happened to you and you want to focus on maybe the bad thing that happened to you, it's gonna you're gonna make that picture real clear. And that story gonna be real loud in your ear. And that's all you're gonna be focused on is one aspect, maybe the wrong aspect of something, because focusing magnifies it, man, makes it clearer. We put our energy on anything or our attention on anything, and it just gonna, you know, it's just gonna multiply. And how we focus or what we choose to focus on, I think we can go through life, go through things, see things that happen, but we don't have to focus on the things that don't matter in the picture. You know what I mean? Like if I was looking at the picture of you, I can see, you know, the background, say, hey, look, I don't want to focus in on the plant, right? That's not the main, that's not, I know that the plant is there. I know that bad things happen to us in life. I know that maybe they were wrong and maybe you're right, or maybe the other way, but what are you going to focus on? And I just want us to make sure that we're focusing on the right thing, because if you can focus on the right thing, you're going to bring clarity there, and more strength will come to you in that way with focusing on the positive, if you know what I'm saying, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
man.
that make a lot of sense. That make a lot of sense, man. Because the thing about it, and Reverend brought up a good point there, was that was that, you know, what you focus on. You know, once you get that image that you want of yourself, once you get that life in your mind that you want of yourself, once you got those goals written down, because tough times are going to come. Now, are you going to focus on what is going wrong? You know, like EI said, like is that going to be what draw your attention? Is the problem or the solutions on where you want to be at?
Yes, sir.
Come you know, and see, when we start to put our energy into a problem, it magnifies that problem and make it bigger than what it is. Absolutely. It magnifies it. You know, if you take, you can take, it could be two people, man. It could be two people having a discussion about anything, and it can turn into an argument. Now, it can stop right there. But if somebody else jump into it, and because they're going to agree with one of the people that's having a discussion or having an argument, they're going to agree with them. So they take their side, somebody else jump in and take their side. Next thing you know, it's a big commotion, because the energy that people gave into the negative. But if the third person came into two people arguing and he changed the energy that was going on between that conversation, he could change the outcome of it. So when you start to focus on just the problems, That's
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna magnify your life. You're gonna have problems study come back to back. And see, man, don't you hear people say this? Man, I can't win for losing, man.
Man, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah,
I
man.
look, man,
Man.
I cannot win for losing. Man, I
Mm-hmm.
can't, man. Every time I turn around, man, there's something going on. You just got those people that's also just always speaking negative.
Mm-hmm.
When you always speaking negative, you're gonna get negative.
That's
Once you
right.
start speaking positive, you'll start getting those positive
Mm-hmm.
situations. Because I'm gonna tell you, negativity is big and positive be small chunks. But
Mm.
see, we don't recognize those small chunks of positivity that's in our life because it's too small.
Yep.
And we'll focus on something negative. Like we can wake up the morning without health, but if our tire, if we have a blowout, we oh man, that done messed up my whole day. Like how it messed up your whole day and you woke up, you was alive, you ain't sick, you ain't in the
Right.
hospital,
Right.
but that's a positive that we just look over because we expect that to be a given, especially
Mm-hmm.
being healthy your whole life. It's a given that I'm automatically gonna wake up, I'm gonna feel good, period. When you
Yep.
wake up, you feel good, that's a positive, that's a win. And that's what we should focus on. Okay, I woke up this morning, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I got my health, I got my strength, ready to go. I got my job, I got my business, I got whatever I'm finna get into. I have those things. So, man, let me
Yep.
let me ask you this, man. Now, have it? Can you give me an example, man, of a roadblock, something that you was focused on, and you got sidetracked, and you had to get back. You got knocked off the railroad track, and you had to get back on those rails. Can you give the audience one situation? I know you got a lot of them, but give them one situation that you was focused on some
Mm-hmm.
came you and smack you upside your head,
Right.
and touch you around,
Right. Right.
and you had to get back focused. Can you give us, man, just one example, man, for the audience, man, for everybody that's joining in the convo?
Man, yeah, I can do it real quick, man. Real quick. I'll be quick. You know, I had
Take
this
your
good
time.
plan. Hey,
Take your time. Nah, go
I had
ahead, bro.
I had this good plan, man, and
Mm-hmm.
I had these intentions, man, to do some charity work, right? So I was
Right.
like, I'm getting these t-shirts. I got plans. I done
Mm-hmm.
got it priced. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It feels
Right.
good. I know I'm doing positive, you
Right.
know,
Right.
and I'm feeling real good about it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something I'm on every day, getting momentum. And so
Right.
then, I'm like, hey, Uncle Sam let me know I was supposed to get some money back, right? I was supposed to get some money, but Uncle Sam,
Right. Mm.
he said, hey, man,
Hey.
I know you thought that was coming,
Right. Mm-hmm.
but I need all that money,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
all this positivity that I had going, you
Right.
know what I mean? It was bigger than just my t-shirts or, you
Mm-hmm.
know, just trying to get out and be doing something. But I
Exactly.
felt good because I knew it was real love. I knew it was charity work, helping
Yeah. Yep.
somebody that needed some help that maybe
Yep.
couldn't help themselves. But
Exactly. Exactly.
that hit happened when Uncle Sam said, no, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You know, man, my mind took me, yeah, that's a bump in the road. But you
Right.
talking about for the rest of the day, I was done. I didn't think
Mm-hmm.
about no charity work. I mean, I was
Right.
thinking about it, but I was focusing on the background. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was
Yep.
focusing on the fact that I ain't got this money to get certain
Mm-hmm.
things to get rolling. So
Yep.
my focus went to that all day, all
Mm-hmm.
day. And guess what? When I woke up the next day,
Mm-hmm.
and guess
Yep.
what, man? Hey, it went on and on for a little minute, and
Right.
I had to
Right.
grow from that. But that
Mm-hmm.
was a roadblock, a realistic
Mm.
roadblock. Financial
Mm-hmm.
issues when you're trying to do something for the good,
Mm.
and you
Yeah.
thinking like, man, now why does this happen when I'm trying to do good?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like you were saying, people that always talk negative, they always talk negative. Man, like think about it. Somebody say, hey, why is this my life?
Yeah.
No, notice that if they say that, they are a person that always says it. Now that's not
Exactly.
I'm not
Yeah.
here to judge them, but
Yeah.
you're gonna hear them say that quite often because yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're focusing on. Something
Mm-hmm.
bad happened. Now all I gotta do is focus on what happened bad. But
Yep.
to that story, man, I eventually, man, got out of that rut, was able to
Oh
get
yeah.
back on track. And
Oh
what
yeah.
made me get back on track was, seeing the result of some people maybe coming to ask me back, say, hey, so how's that coming? And
Yeah.
when they said that, shifted my perspective immediately
Mm-hmm.
because I saw I was being a baby throwing a tantrum over not getting this money. Like that
Oh.
was a fact.
Ooh.
It was a
Ooh.
fact that I
Yes,
needed
sir.
that to do good,
Come on with
but
that.
it had my energy all off. I wasn't gonna be
Mm.
able to even receive. Maybe somebody would have helped me out. Maybe a blessing could have came, but
Yeah.
I'm rolling around in this mud all day because
Yeah.
they ain't got the money.
Mm-hmm.
And that person, that one comment, just asking, "Hey, how's it coming?" They hear me talking about it, hearing me wanting to
Yep.
do things, and that
Mm-hmm.
one moment shifted because it was just another way to look at it. I
Yep.
had to shift my focus, and I saw, wow, I'm focused on the background, man. I'm
Mm.
focused on the negativity, and
Mm.
never kept the main thing to let that be the main thing. And that was just
Yeah.
one example, man. I could use as quick as I could, brother. But
Oh yeah.
man,
Oh yeah.
hey, focusing on negativity is an addiction.
Mm.
And we just all got to break it. We all got to find a way to break it. We all hooked on that way. It's easy to hear something negative and just go in,
Right.
stay on it. You
Right.
know what I mean? Stay
Right.
on it. Come back
Right.
to it. Tell the next person
Mm-hmm.
the story.
Yep.
Nah. So let's get our focus right, man.
Ooh, wee. Man, that was good right there, man. I hope everybody that's listening, man, that you can take something from that, and kind of apply to a situation that you're going through. And so, man,
Okay.
I want to go back to, I give one too, And
Yes,
so,
sir.
man, it's just so many. I'm gonna go here. Okay. So I'm gonna say, man, it's a couple situations. Let me see which one I want to go with.
So
Okay, I'll
many,
go
so
here.
many.
Nah, because man, it's very, to me, it's very easy to get. It's very easy to get unfocused when you have something that you focus on. And the reason I said that, soon as
Okay.
you devote your time, your energy towards something, you're gonna get tested to see if that's what you really want. And so I say, just talking about doing this podcast. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when we first started this podcast, man, I was focused, I was hungry. I had wrote down like multiple podcasts. Like I was like, man, this what we're gonna do, this what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And me, when I first started, it was like me and yeah, we was passing the phone back and forth to each other, back and forth to each other. And so that was like maybe 3 years ago. Am I right? Yeah, about 3 years
Yeah.
ago. That was
Yeah.
3 years ago when we first started. 3 years ago. At that time, we probably did about 5 or 6 episodes. Now I take that back. We did 3 episodes. We did 3 episodes, then we stopped. We did 3 episodes, then we stopped. Then at the time, we it wasn't coordinated.
Mm-hmm.
So what I started to do, I started recording with EI. I started recording with different people on different times, just recording stuff with
Mm-hmm.
different people. And
Right.
so when I started recording different people, then I got back with EI, and EI, we were just recording with everybody. And
Mm-hmm.
so the timing was wrong. We had everybody on here. And so I was like, let me just refocus back to where I need to get back to where it was originally at.
Yeah.
So what we had to do was get a time. We had to set a time when we gonna record,
Mm-hmm.
what day we was gonna record,
Right.
how long we was gonna record.
Mm-hmm.
We had to refocus because we was all over. I had a vision, I was
Right.
focused, but I didn't have all the particulars down on what I was focused on. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
said, write the vision and make it plain. Make it plain to the point. This the time we're gonna record, the date we're gonna record, how long we're gonna record, and we out
Mm-hmm.
that thing. And
Yes,
then,
sir.
matter of fact, and I love everybody that came on RMT, but we had to get back to the basis of us two getting the showdown pat.
Mm-hmm.
Once we got focused on getting the showdown pat, now we got a system going. We moved to the video. So I had to refocus all my energy back on how to do this, how to do that. So we started talking, we collab, and we at this place now. So that was one of my things, was losing my focus on what I started at first, getting back to it, perfecting it before I bring anybody else into it, man. And I say, tell that to anybody. Any vision you have, me and Iana talked about this. It's been a lot of times, man, after we get off of here, I'll be like, man, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, but it costs this much money. Oh, I'll be like, listen, man, I think you can do it. Man, matter of fact, bro, I know you can do it, man. You know,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
sir.
So I mean, he can vouch for me, but that's just a couple of instances. So everybody out there that's listening to us, just because you focus on something, you might have to go back because you might got off track from what it was originally was. Then you might have to come back to where you was at before. You might have to redo your goals.
Yeah.
You might have to redo your vision. You might have to redo your vows. You might have to redo your friendship. You might have to start over to stop drinking. You might have to start over, stop smoking. You might have to start back getting that relationship with God. Just because you have to refocus don't mean you weren't never focused. It's just the focus that you had. Now it's time to aim it towards something that's more, you need to customize the vision. Once you customize your vision for your life, then you can steer it into the direction that you need to go into, man.
Yes, sir. Custom. Custom.
Yes, customized, sir. Man. You got to be a custom focused, baby.
Hey, that's good stuff, brother. That's good stuff, man.
A custom focus, man. And so, man, that's part of it, man, that I like. And yeah, man, let me ask you this, man, because I know, I know, man, that has it been a time, man, that you thought that you was focused on something, right? And you thought you was doing your thing, and somebody came along was like, hey, and this how you can do it better. You know what I'm saying? And you thought you were doing. Can you get can you get a people? Because I want people, when you focus on something, I want you to go down, because sometimes you can get in your feelings, and I want to get into that part too. So tell me a time you thought you was doing your thing, and they came along and they was like, you know what, you can do this right here, and you found out that it was right. You see what I'm saying?
Right, man. Plenty of times where I could think of so many. So I'll go with the least embarrassing ones.
Please do, man. Please do.
But you know, man, even with driving, you know, I remember when I started driving, right?
Yeah.
I was like 14, maybe, you know what I mean? I'm driving. I'm just getting into it, but I was driving with both feet. Right?
Right.
I was driving with my left foot on the brake, right there ready, and my right foot on the gas, and that was all out of just fear, right?
Right.
I need to make sure I can stop quickly. I ain't got time to move the feet back and forth. So man, I had that, you know, and then I found out, okay, I can drive smooth, I can stop good. Matter of fact, I can turn this music up, I can ride, I can think I'm doing something, you know.
Right.
Now I'm trying to go to the store. You know, I'm like, y'all need me to go? Y'all need me to run anywhere? I can go pick this up.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm good, you know. I'm like, pick up my auntie. She like, oh, okay, you drive, you know, she riding, and then let me know, hey, well, you driving with 2 feet?
Right.
You driving with 2 feet? Yes, man. Nah, that ain't right. You don't need to drive with 2. And in that moment, I was just so crushed. My ego was so crushed that I blocked out even what she said, and even just wanted to say, well, that's got to be a lie. That can't, you know, she probably just, you know, She just probably wanted to say that because I'm driving and I got this music. Anything that the ego try to find any kind of way to survive.
Way,
Anything I can
boy,
cling to keep me looking
boy,
good through this, man.
yeah, boy,
And
yeah,
so, man, after that, I went. Now this was before I took the actual test. I had my little permit,
right, right.
but I didn't have the test, the driving part. And when I got to the driving part, man, as I'm going there and they let me know, hey, look, you do not drive with both feet, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And right then in that moment, I was like, man, well, that's embarrassing. But it made me think back to how I felt when my aunt was telling me, hey, you doing that
Right.
wrong.
Yep.
And how I
Yep.
felt was mad at her. I had
Mm-hmm.
a problem with her trying to call me out. I thought she
Mm-hmm.
was hating. And that's on a
Right.
small scale. That's on a
Yep.
small scale of things that just happen that just, man, you think you're doing it, and then
Think you
somebody
doing?
say it.
Yep.
And so that's a small example I got, man. What about you? I know you
Oh,
got one, man. Come on.
man, I do, man. And I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna use this. I'm just be honest. Like
Okay.
when I first stopped drinking, man, I was like, I'm finna give my life to the Lord, and
Hmm.
I'm finna do everything right, and everybody that's doing wrong, I'm gonna tell them about themselves. You
Yeah.
know, everybody, all my friends that's still drinking, I'm gonna tell them, you don't need to be drinking, man. You don't need
Hmm.
to be smoking that weed. Let me smell that. That smell like some good. You don't need to be smoking that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Right,
What kind
right.
of drink is that, man? Y'all wait till I stop drinking to buy some Douce. What is wrong with y'all? But I started off being like that.
Yeah,
And I expected people, because I quit, you gotta
yeah,
quit too. And you gonna quit the way that I want you to quit.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
And,
right.
and, and not only that, I was that brother that was hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? To everybody.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
now, man, I didn't change my life, man. I gave my life to the Lord. I done stopped drinking. I done did all this, man. I'm perfect now. You
Right.
know, hey, until them problems started here, I was
Yes,
like, oh
sir.
man, I guess I ain't saying so I thought I was. Hey, and then there was another thing. I'm sitting back and I listen to, what I'm saying, preachers on YouTube and stuff, and I memorize their little stuff. So I go around folks thinking I'm really doing something. But the
Right.
thing about it, my pops, shout out to my pops, man. R.I.P. to him, man. I missed that guy so
R.I.P.
much, man. But hey, Pops used to be like, because Pops was really reading the word into the word and studying that thing for years. So I come with something I heard, and I'd be like, Pops, this and that. I ain't read nothing in the Bible, nothing. That joker
Right.
come with some scriptures and rip me apart. Hey, shrink me down like that, man.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying? And so one thing that I learned was that even with dealing with people, man, and trying to make people feel small about something and make myself being big
Mhm.
was not the godly thing to do, regardless, because your actions speak way louder than your words. And long as I live that life that I need to live in front of them, I never would have had to tell them, well, you should quit, because my life should be shining so much. I should be going
Yeah.
around them, man. I should be going around them jokers buff, always looking good, smelling good. You know what I'm saying? My teeth glistening white. You know what I'm saying? Just looking like $1,000,000 when I come around.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that right
yeah.
there be motivation instead of me. Oh man, quit doing that. And I'm
Mhm.
coming around looking a mess. I'm out of shape. I still got my beer belly.
Mhm.
And like, man, come on, man. Why quit? We're gonna look just like you. We're gonna act just like you. You know what I'm saying? So what's the reason to even stop it?
Right,
I'm serious, man.
right.
Because they're talking ain't gonna do that. And even with me, when I started to read the word for myself and start to get
Yeah,
an understanding, it was something that was inside of me.
yeah.
So I didn't have to go listening to nobody and say this and say that. I ain't have
Mhm.
to I ain't have to quote a scripture, because what was inside of me was coming out. My light was shining regardless. So it wasn't, I ain't have to quote a scripture, because the life I was living and the things
Yeah,
I was talking about was life that was coming out of my mouth. It wasn't oh, you can't do this. And when that fire and brimstone talk, you know what I'm saying? It was
Right.
about you changing your life. Hey man, start eating right, man. What you eat, man? You know what I'm saying? You got some chicken. All right, man. Let me get a couple pieces of that fried chicken. I ain't gonna lie, like I would pass up that chicken, like you know, I
And
ain't at
pass up
that
the
point.
chicken, man.
You know, I ain't past
The
that point, but
almighty chicken, brother.
yeah, I was like, listen, man, you might want to do bake, man. But man, you eating the fried meat too, man. But you know, I cook a salad in, you know, here and there. But that was one of my issues that I had in me up there telling folks this and that, this and that. And I had to bring my ego back and get it checked by somebody that knew what they was doing and knew what they was talking about, man. And so
Right.
that's me, man. So
Man.
what we're gonna do right now, man, we're gonna hop in the car, man, make this left, go down
Where
here
you
to
going?
old Eat Eyes Corner.
Hey man, y'all stop by, man. Y'all ain't doing nothing, man.
Yes,
Nah, man.
sir.
Thank everybody for stopping in for a quick sec on the corner with your boy, yeah, G. Let's get to it. Y'all know how I do it.
Yes,
Out the
sir.
gate, we want to give a shout out and we want to give reverence to the greatest organization that was ever created in football, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. A moment of silence for the salute to all my Steelers fans out there. And everybody else, I still love you. But anyway, moving on in the show, y'all. We want to seriously, man, send out some prayers to Lil Duval, man. I don't know the details on what kind of accident this was, but I'm hearing it somewhere, maybe in the Bahamas or somewhere he was, maybe on vacation or trip, but he was in a bad accident and had to be med flighted. So,
Yeah,
man, we send prayers for him and his family that is safe. Hopefully, you know, it's just bumps and bruises, but we just, you know, send our prayers and our good energy that way, man.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man.
So, next point, man. Yeah. Go ahead. My bad, brother.
Nah, I was just gonna say, man, Lil Duval, man, he a real soldier, man. And dude, the thing about it, man, he's funny. But the thing about it, he be saying a lot of truth that a lot of people don't want to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? He said a lot of truth, you know, especially on his Instagram and stuff, man. And a lot of times they be taking his page. So, you know, man, big shout out to him. We need folks like them. We already lost my boy Kev, man. You know what I'm saying? My boy Kevin say we already lost him. So, man, big prayers and, man, speedy recovery out to Lil Duval, man. My bad, bro, but go ahead, man.
No, you good, Doc. Hey, we just gonna keep it moving how we do it.
Oh yeah.
And I will say this, man, the flow of the show it's been crazy, man, because, you know, you talk about focus and you bring up your pop, you know, RIP to him, man. And so in this part of the segment, before we leave from the corner with your boy, I just say this real quick, and that's just to talk about grief. And real quick, man, for anyone that's dealing with loved ones that we've lost, maybe that's a close loved one, maybe a distant loved one, whomever it is,
right?
And you may be struggling with the grief part of it, or getting from grief, you know, and moving on and being able to function. You know, you just have to focus on what it is that you focus on. And I know you miss that person. You miss their presence, but if you can focus on the fact that they're not here, it'll be very clear and a big narrative in this story that, hey, they're gone. But you can choose to focus on the high times and the highlights of their life. Anything that they left with you, any memory that you got is precious of that person. So put a little focus there and watch that gain clarity and watch it grow from putting attention on it. And it just ties in with the show today, y'all. You know, sometimes on the corner we get a little serious. I just wanted to say that for those, man, that are dealing with it. You know, we've all had to deal with that in some capacity. Take the time to focus on their presence, the things you do remember, the things that you love, those laughing times, and not focus on them as in I wish we still had them. But just roll around in it, just like we can focus on negativity. Stay in that moment. Bring them to life and bring that loved one right there in their living room with you. I ain't trying to sound real crazy and deep talk on y'all, but you can feel that person. You can feel that loved one when you get on the right frequency. You know what I mean? And staying on the fact that they're gone is not where they're at, because they're not here. So I encourage everybody to stop by. Hey, focus on the good things and you'll get through it. Peace.
Oh yeah, man. So yeah, man, we just, wrap it up on EI's corner, man.
Yes, sir.
EI dropping them bombs, man.
Man.
I'm finna close it out by the words of my mouth, darling. But yeah, man. So, man, I appreciate everybody for logging on. Also, man, we got the YouTube channel, man. And listen, man, I need y'all to go. I need y'all to subscribe. I need y'all to like the videos. And
come on, y'all.
We I definitely let me make sure I get this right. Let me get this right, because let me y'all give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So right now, man, all you gotta do, go to YouTube, go to Real Men Talk Podcast, type in the search, Real Men Talk Podcast, type in the search, bring us up. You're gonna see a purple icon, red microphone with a yellow little what's these called right here? What's these called? Yeah,
little pop filters on there.
Pop filter. So you're gonna see a yellow pop filter, red mic with a purple background. That's the right one that you want to click on there. Also, the first video, it's a little button like this. I need you to click that. Click that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, and all you're gonna get is fire from that point on. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life.
Please.
So, man, yeah, we're gonna end the show off like that, man. I'll see y'all next week.